You're welcome.
Well, governments around Europe have announced that they have concerns about Iran's election and called the subsequent crackdown on dissent unacceptable.
Iranians living in London and in other European capitals have again taken to the streets to protest at what they see as a stolen election. Nadim Baba has this report.
Making a noise opposite the Iranian embassy in London, this young crowd of protesters say they took part in the presidential election and were ignored. Most, but not all, of these expatriates say they voted for the main challenger, Mir Hossein Mousavi. Ardavan, who's a student in Britain, backed another candidate, Mehdi Karoubi, but he too claims the election was stolen.
And when the results came out, it's obvious, because I called Iran as well and talked to my friends. At that time, the network was still working. At the moment, no network, no cell phones is working. And they were like in the queues in big cities, Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, in the queues, the long queues, and everyone wanted to vote for Mr. Mousavi or Karoubi. And this result is completely rigged.
What the protesters here are calling for is not necessarily a change to the Iranian system, but a recognition that the election result did not reflect the popular vote. Do you think that there will be some change?
Should be. That's why we are here. That's why they are there. Should be. It's not. It's the Islamic Republic of Iran. It's not dictatorship of Iran.
For 30 years, it's not been happening, and today it's really changing. So fingers crossed. We're not saying it's a revolution, just the right leader, presidents come through.
In Germany, which has also seen protests, the government says it's worried about what's happening in Iran.
We condemn the wave of arrests during the demonstrations. We would like to see the freedom to demonstrate restored, and therefore we've summoned the Iranian ambassador. We're concerned about restrictions on media reporting, and we believe there should be a transparent examination of election results because there are arguments that there were irregularities.
Such statements have been welcomed by people like Sorab Eshraghi, who runs an Iranian restaurant in London. He told me he voted for Mousavi and now backs the street protests in Iran.
The police is very brutal with them, and the government is not doing anything yet. Apparently, Mr. Khamenei has promised to look into it, but when, we don't know. I think hopefully there will be a recount watched by probably United Nations or representatives of a free world so that they cannot cheat.
Back at the embassy, they hope that peaceful protests can bring about change in their homeland. Nadim Baba, Al Jazeera, London.